This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We're back with Markus Bil today and just want to make a quick update. I want to test now. Sexy button, you know, they came out, it was in April 7 with the big update, you guys know, right? And the sale, whatever. And then actually just 3 days later, they already made an update again, some bug fixes, but also my request to enable the invert or to invert the gear shift, right? And some other changes. So just want to test, but wow, 3 days they can already make a new update.
I'm very happy. There are many good things, and we want to test the button now. Keep climate on. Is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other companies that might need 3 months or 3 years just to make an update. Well, okay, just a minor update. But okay, it's raining outside. Let's get inside the car and then check it out. You see, this is the Sexy app, and if you go to the commander here and scroll down a bit, and you'll see, okay, here is a new feature. So this is crazy because when we made this video just a couple of weeks ago, we tested this is the passenger easy entry. We tested putting weight versus buckling up and so on. And they already implemented a new feature here. So disable if backseat is buckle. So the way I understand now is that this first option here is based on the weight sensor of the backseat. But the second here is just a binary whether the seatbelt is buckled or not. The other option I want to check out is this scroll wheel button. So yeah, okay, we can use the scroll wheel to change gear. See, this is the beauty I like with the Sexy button, is that you can already use existing input devices and then change the behavior and add more features and make Tesla even better without having extra buttons, right? But so here, okay, require brake for drive reverse. And then this is the inverse that I requested, and they already added it just 3 days after. Seems like it's quite easy to add this since they already have the framework, and they just have to find the variable and then add whatever, put it in there in the list of whatever, right? Okay, but I'm gonna show you that the way it works is that when you press the brake, okay, it goes automatically in drive because that's the default for the car, right? But we have configured the stalk here so that if you pull the stalk, well, now we're showing drive, but if you pull it up, it goes to reverse. Pull it down, it goes to drive. And then here, right now, the way it works here is, okay, if I put this in part, you see, I'm so used to the stalk that I'm not using the on-screen whatever. You could also do this, but this is clumsy. When you wanna, you have to tap the screen, right? But okay, so the way it works is that with the scroll wheel here is that you scroll forward to go. Oh, it's already forward. Okay, you scroll forward to go. Scroll up, I mean, to go forward, and then you scroll down to go reverse. But however, once you are in reverse, you can change gear. This already works in I would say the classic Tesla with a built-in stock from the factory. You can change gear without having to press the brake. But maybe if you don't want to accidentally you could do this, right, on accident, and then you could just stomp on the accelerator. Oh, you know, that's why accidents happen, and suddenly a Tesla crashes into a wall. Well, that's funny, because if another EV, like I think it was a Volvo XC40, crash into a wall, they would say a car crashed into the wall. But if a Tesla crashes into a wall, then the headline says Tesla crashes into the wall. Well, okay, so if you want to avoid that kind of accidents, you could enable this feature. I would say it's more like a safety feature that because it's so easy to accidentally rub into this. Then now it requires you to press the brake to change gear. I mean, it sounds a bit clumsy, but it's because accidentally rubbing into this is a lot easier than accidentally do this motion or this motion over here. So, okay, anyway, but here, inverse scroll direction. Yes, the one I wanted, because I think it's more intuitive. Let me explain, okay? Be like, Bjørn, I like your videos, but, you know, okay. But, because many cars, like fat e-tron, you do this motion to go forward or drive forward, and you do this motion to go reverse, right? And then look here, by default now we already set this so that you take this motion to, oh yeah, that was a wiper, auto wiper. No, you go up to go reverse, right? And now it works like this. Okay, and then you go down here to go forward. You can go down here to go forward. So it has actually the same movement. And if you look at the map here, this is quite intuitive. You know, my 3-year-old daughter, Isabel, she knows how to operate this. She knows how to pan like this already. I haven't taught her this. She just knows because she put the finger there and then she moves and she understands perfectly how it works. And here, you notice that you actually have to swipe down to move to go up. But in some old EVs, I think it was the Korean cars. It has the opposite motion. The scroll wheel or whatever, you push it up or you to go. Okay, don't have to explain too much. But this I feel like is more intuitive, and this I feel like is also more intuitive. So now the option is there. Okay, whatever. I talk enough about that. You see. Here we have the speedometer, and when you're charging you see the power or whatever arc over here. It's very nice because it's supposed to be used as a dashboard, right? When you have it here somewhere, okay. But I want to have it in the nerdy mode, right? So if you go here, you can then show mini dashboard. If you turn off this, then you okay, iPhone, I'm not used to it. My hands are so dry. There, okay. Then you remove that arc. And then if you go here, you can add more variables. It is, oh yeah, it looks kind of weird, but let me just show you something here. For example, drive, range, battery charge level, save, stats, let's say range, save. Okay, so now you see, you start getting some variables here, right? And then we exit this edit. So I want to have the ScanMyTesla style or car scanner style. You know what I mean, right? I want to fill the whole screen here with stats, various battery temperature, whatever, right? Kilowatt. But at least for now, if you go to stats here, if you go to drive, there is no variable for speed. Yeah, well, the current speed we're driving at. Because I want maybe that in a corner here somewhere, plus the other stats, plus that I want more variables. The biggest grid now is 3x4. So seems like we have space, at least on this iPhone. Which iPhone is this?
It's the 14 Pro.
14 Pro, oh wow, nice. It's a nice iPhone. I must say, when I hold it, it feels nice and premium. Yeah, unlike my quite new phone. Yeah. Okay, but so I would like to have maybe the grid to be 3x6 possibly. Yeah, I'm not sure how much space you have, but that means that the enhanced guys, they just need to add more options here. Yeah, why they mention this? Because okay, I mentioned it to enhance, and eventually they might add that feature. But what do you guys think? Do you want it? We need to ask the users. If the users want this, then maybe Enhance will add that feature. Okay, Marcus, another feature you want with the sexy button is...
We have the door handle here. So we hold 5 seconds. And then I can just take off the cable when I start my day.
Because now it's default to 5 seconds, probably for a reason. But if you tap it down to 2 seconds, the 5-second delay is probably good, because if you have only 2 seconds now, if you are a bit slow here, see it's charging, and if you hold it too long to open the door, then you accidentally stop the charging.
Now we pretend my hands are full and I'm going to the car to start the day. But I rather do, I'm coming like this, and I have the sexy button just by one click. And then we have the
plug ready, okay. And that's it.
Yeah, super.
But yeah, so it's nice. I like the new features, the new updates from Enhance. And also, just practical example, Marcus, he's not that much into the sexy products, but we managed to configure the car to be better.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that maybe every new video we can have a new action on the button.
Yeah, as long as it makes any sense, or useful for you guys, you know. But it seems like, you know, this is a struggle. We have an old man here trying to figure out how things work, and then I was like, of course you can do that. Yeah. But also, yeah, you know, unfortunately nowadays I'm not driving Tesla that much because I'm testing all other cars. But ideally, I should spend more time driving a Tesla with the sexy products, because then I will usually notice shortcomings, bugs, or weird features, or new features I want. Yeah, so eventually maybe I should try to find some Tesla I can drive, maybe not on daily basis, but at least slightly more often. I know that Bilkomponenter, they have a Model Y I could borrow from time to time, but that is the previous gen Model Y and it has stocks already built in stocks.
Maybe you can remove the original stocks and then just put in the...
Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah. Well, anyway, hopefully this video was useful for you guys. So thank you for watching and talk to you later.